Hey guys, what's up? Matt Miller here with Political Brawl News. Watch Donald Trump give a warning to Hamas, who's still holding hostages from the October 7th attack on Israel. He says all hostages better be returned before he takes office on January 20th, or there's going to be hell to pay. Watch as Trump loses his temper a little bit with one of the reporters who presses him on this statement. Trump's definitely very passionate about this issue. Watch it right here.
Probably either this evening or tomorrow night.
Are you confident there'll be a deal before January 20th, or is that something that's likely to happen? If there's a deal even at all, and we've been hearing this now for the better part of.
I know. I would say.
They better be.
Right. I would say that the president is exasperated. I don't want to talk for him, but look, I don't know anyone who delegates better than President Trump. He gives us a lot of authority to speak on his behalf. And he exhorts us to speak emphatically, and emphatically means you better get it. You better do this, because the alternative.
Do you think they're waiting for President Trump to take office?
No, I think they heard him loud and clear. Better get done by the inaugural.
But when you say all hell will be
Before I
paid,
take office.
All hell must be paid if they don't release the
You know what that
hostages.
means, don't you?
Well-
Do I have to define it for you? Look,
No,
all
I know
hell
you're not
will
gonna
break out.
telegraph
If
what-
those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Can you elaborate?
And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And they should have given them back a long time. They should have never taken them. There should have never been the attack of October 7th. People forget that. But there was, and many people are killed. They're no longer hostages. I have people from Israel and others calling, begging me to get, we had also people there from the United States, just so you know. They're holding some so-called hostages from the U.S. But I've had mothers come to me and fathers crying, can I get the body of their son back? Can I get the body of their daughter back? That beautiful girl where they threw her in the car, pulled her by her ponytail and threw her in the car like she was a sack of potatoes. I said, what happened to her? Sir, she's dead. Like a 19, 20-year-old beautiful girl. And the way they treated her. And I just say it this very simply. Steve's got a job to do. He's a great guy, great negotiator, great person. They respect him over there already. It's what we needed over there. We have people that know everything about the Middle East, but they can't speak properly. They don't know. He's a great negotiator. That's what I needed. I could have sent that gentleman right over there, Hussein. He's a great negotiator. There are people, they're rare. Great negotiators are very rare, like a great surgeon. But we have the right person. But I tell this, I don't want to hurt the negotiation. If the deal isn't done before I take office, which is now going to be 2 weeks, all hell will break out in the Middle East. Okay?
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
President.
You've done a great job.
Thank you.
You gotta love Donald Trump's response here. And it's so refreshing to see strength in American diplomacy again, right? Obviously, the play here is not to go to war in the Middle East. And I think a lot of people who are trying to see Trump as a bad guy will pretend to see that in his response here. That's not his play. That's not how you negotiate. He's negotiating with strength because there's a very real threat that the American military can take out whoever stands in our way and whoever holds hostages that are Israeli or American. We have the ability to destroy anybody who we want to. But the play here in this negotiation is that we won't have to, because we're going to remind our enemies that, we could destroy you, we could take you out very easily. So give us what we want. Do what you know is right. Give these hostages over back to Israel, back to the U.S., back to wherever they're from, and nobody gets hurt. And this it's like standing up to a bully, right? A lot of times when you stand up to a bully, you don't have to actually get into a fist fight. Very rarely does it actually result in that. And the bully might test you and try to, make it physical. They don't have to do that with America because we're tried and true. We are proven badasses. They know that we have the firepower. They know that we have the most elite military in the world. They don't need to test us. They know that we're not messing around. But we're not going to be weak and apologetic anymore. We're not going to be, jello-spined weaklings like Obama was, like Biden was, like Harris was going to be. people who just don't exude that strength and power that America needs. We need to represent that again. We can't do the bidding of other countries and get taken advantage of and not draw a hard line when people are holding hostages of our allies or of our own citizens. I think Trump is absolutely right. He's not trying to get into a war with Hamas, but he needs to let them know that there's a very real threat and consequences to their actions for attacking Israel, taking hostages. We're not going to sit by and let them do it anymore. We're not going to play patty cake with them. This is America First diplomacy. And Trump has a track record of being an incredible negotiator, and I think that that's why he can pick out negotiators. He knows what to look for, people who are going to be effective at dealing with some of the most dangerous leaders around the world who seek to harm Americans and our allies. And you got to love it too, right? Trump, he's going to be president in a matter of weeks. And we still have the same old Trump. He never changes, which I think is a good thing. You know, he has his expert up there. He has his negotiator fielding questions from the press. And he's standing right there. He can't help himself but jump in because he has the answer too. And he wants to be the one that gives the answer. He wants to cut out the middleman, right? Even though that guy, it seemed like he was doing a great job. Trump wants to have this combat with the press. He wants to tell them directly, this is how it's going to be. This is the truth. And, you know, he's had that adversarial relationship with the press for a long time. But he doesn't want to hide behind a teleprompter. He doesn't want to hide behind a middleman or a bunch of cronies that are just meant to protect him. He wants to get out there on the front line and talk directly to the press, the people who are trying to misconstrue his words and lie about him, and set the record straight. So that's good. I mean, the guy's in his 80s. He still has the energy to do that. We know that Biden didn't. We know that Kamala had her own weird way of handling interviewers and people in the press, just laughing uncontrollably. But Trump is actually going to give a straight answer, which is one of the reasons that I think he's going to be an amazing president, especially when it comes to geopolitics. I think that we're going to enter into an era of American strength again. Strength through negotiation, strength through diplomacy, not through missiles and killing and sacrificing American lives. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Better get done by the inaugural.
But when you say all hell will be
Before I
paid,
take office.
that all hell must be paid if they don't release the
You know what that
hostages.
means, don't you?
Well-
Do I have to define it for you? Look, all
No, I know
hell
you're not
will
gonna
break out.
telegraph
If
what-
those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is.